What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. If you read the title, you know what's going on. The Subaru. If you guys know anything about Subarus, the biggest joke in the community is they blow Ringland or they blow head gaskets. And unfortunately, I blew my head gaskets. So right now, I actually have to start disassembling this motor to get it ready to be pulled. I know you can do head gaskets with the motor still in the car, but personally that's not something I want to do, and Andrew would much rather have the motor out of the car. We're also taking this opportunity when we were pulling the motor to take the valves out, clean those. We have to get the heads remachined. We're actually putting new pistons in, new gaskets all around. We're cleaning everything up. This is not just head gaskets. Yes, you could go in, just do the head gaskets, put it back together and be done. But this car does burn oil, and we believe it's the valves are sticky or something in that area. So we're going to go ahead and clean those up. But man, right after it got painted, we literally put the external wastegate on, and it sounded awesome. Did a few pulls, and it was like, this is great. This car feels super, super good. And now we gotta take the motor out. So let's get to it. The first thing we're gonna have to do before we rip the battery out is we're gonna have to actually air the car completely up, and that way we can get jack stands under, because once we rip the battery out, we're not gonna be able to air up. I believe we could probably just connect the battery again and control the bags, but I'm just gonna do that right away while the car still has a battery plugged onto it. Gonna go ahead and put it on jack stands. I need to drain the coolant and get the radiator off. This is a first for me. I've never pulled a motor. I've never even thought about pulling a motor. So YouTube is gonna be my best friend, and we're gonna try to get this done. All right, so now that the car is jacked up in the front, I just put the hood up or down just to make sure we have the clearance, and that's what we were looking for. So we're gonna have to go and put the hood stand up real quick. All right, so now that the hood is up, I believe our next step is to go under here, grab the light too, and find our lower radiator hose right here. And we're gonna actually need to pop it and drain it, which is apparently really messy. So we're gonna go grab a bucket. All right, so we got our bucket, towel, cause coolant's messy, cardboard, light, and we just have to see what it requires to pop it loose. Okay, so it's just a hose clamp. So that's easy enough. So I'll go ahead and grab what it looks like flathead and start to loosen this guy and prepare for the waterfall. Coolant burns your eyes, FYI. So up here, I think I'm gonna pop the upper radiator cap. I would imagine that would help it drain. I don't know. Doesn't really seem to make it, oh. Yeah, it picked up a little bit. Make sure it's still going in there. Cool, so we're just gonna let that continue to drain. The bucket has plenty of space, so. We're actually ripping the motor out now. This is day 2. Yesterday, I forgot to film because I forget to film when I do things like this. Andrew is in here looking all short behind the...
What?
You're all short hanging in the engine bay.
I'm really sick of you starting shit.
That was the whole point.
We are awful. Awful.
Awful.
And I dropped my wrench in that.
Okay, well, here.
Did it at least hit the floor? Oh, I have no idea, probably.
Yeah, it did. I'll get the ratchet.
Is that me laughing?
No,
What's going on?
Oh, so... So with YouTube Premium, you can play. The YouTube app will continue to play after you close the phone. So just play the next video.
For YouTube Premium?
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, it's good.
I mean, you're all the life, I guess.
Yeah, you know.
What are you a peasant? Come on. Come on.
But anyway, real talk. Day 2. Forgot to film a lot yesterday. I pretty much prepped the motor, sorta, not really. Okay,
I'm actually prepping it.
A little bit for Andrew when he got here.
Yeah, I'm still.
We assembled the engine jack. What is that? The crane, so we can actually get the motor out. And we assembled the stand for when the motor comes out. So seriously, how are we doing?
Last bolt and it's loose. So we're about to pull the engine now.
Wow, did you hear that? That's a Subaru for you.
I just brought the Taco Bell. That's what I'm here
Yep. Well, Grant's more a lot of moral support keeps me from and food. So, engine's coming out. Yeah.
All right.
Fresh off of the Harbor Freight boats, straight from Japan. Wait, is everything disconnected?
Let's just put some pressure on, see what happens.
Oh.
Send me a reminder.
It's gonna be some wiggling. I have no idea last time this was like.
I mean, he's being difficult, so I'm just.
Do you need my help? Is that the professional way to do it?
It's the quick and dirty way. Alright, it doesn't want to just like come off easy, so we're gonna pry in the bell housing.
That's what I've heard of. Up and out, brother.
Ready? You
direct? I'll tell you if I see anything.
Still connected?
Well, there might be like a wire snag or something. I don't see anything here yet. Hold on, Grant, 1 second. Alright, good. Watch it just like fall.
Watch the hood, yeah.
Yeah.
I told you we should take the hood off, man.
Well, I can.
Yeah, here, Wes, how about?
Here, move. Tripod it is.
You take this.
All right, there we go. We're golden.
About the camera. Forget
Hey!
about the camera.
Grant, I've been known
Wes.
for...
Just hold this so it's like, just make sure it doesn't. Stop.
Easy as pie.
Go home. Alright, homie, let's go with that. Stage 2 my butt.
What?
Stage 2 my butt. Oh, stop.
Yeah, well,
That's probably the original one.
maybe.
Cool, man. Let's get the impact going. Some lights going.
Woohoo! It's out. I mean,
so,
that wasn't too bad.
Nah. It's because he did all the work.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't have any part in this. I just bought the stuff. Yeah, that's a couple things to come off, but I don't think it's too bad.
well, when you're not doing any of the work, it doesn't seem
I'm gonna help. Well, you had me assembling this stupid thing while you were taking everything apart. What are you looking at?
I'm just like admiring the like 1/4 inch of grime built up around.
Yeah.
Wow. Sick.
So she needed done.
Yeah, we're down to the rivets.
Wow. Good call on that one,
No,
dude.
no ribs.
Good call on the clutch.
But the actual wear on the flywheel and the pressure plate's not bad at all. There's like very minimal burning. I'm pretty confident this was the original one though.
I want to see the clutch. There's no like. there's nothing. There's no grab.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. There's not really any scorching though, which is cool. This is an XD clutch. It might have been replaced before, but technically XD is the OEM. I just don't know if they actually says XD on the.
I doubt it says it on the OEM.
Yeah, I don't think. It probably says Darking or something like that.
Something. Okay, so it's been a minute since I actually picked up the camera and like talked. We are about down to just the long block. The only real issue we ran into was this guy right here. The head of the bolt broke off, which is kind of ass, and I think this one broke down here as well. The other two came out perfectly fine, these two right here, so it was really annoying. Right now we're gonna be taking off the timing belt, and we're gonna need to remove everything, and then eventually get down to the short block, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's be fun.
Right now we're gonna be using the timing belt to hold these cam gears, right? Cam gears?
Yeah, correct.
In place, and then we can break or bar them off because the impact won't take them off. So we need to secure them from moving. It's a process, but it's definitely, I guess, fun in some way. But I'm trying to do my best to keep this video updated. I mean, it's really, really hard. You guys know if you work on anything, you get into a mode and you just kind of go. So to stop and like film, and I'm really trying to get better at it and just film, but I'm also trying to learn myself. So I'm very interested, and I oftentimes just forget. So if it jumps around, it jumps around, but it's really just videos I can look back on and Andrew can look back on. And it's just fun things that we did, and really it'll be fun when we turn the key and it actually starts. That might be a little more.
Or it doesn't start.
Or it doesn't start and it starts knocking or something. So wish us luck, and we're just gonna keep going. I'll update you if anything significant happens, but right now we're just taking the timing belt components off, and that's it. All right, so here we are.
Here we are.
Blammo.
Blammo.
I know I bought these.
You did. You
And
bought
that.
this John here.
Well, we can yeet this, John.
Yep, that's garbage.
Yeet.
No way we're using
I missed,
that.
but
It's probably original.
there it is.
His looked really clean.
I know, because I owned it. Just kidding.
Oh, no, we're gonna pull these, we're gonna pull the cams off, and then we're gonna...
You don't take the heads completely off, then the cams?
You can't, because you see the head bolts? They're underneath the cams.
Oh.
The more you know. Obviously.
I knew that.
Have you never done this before?
Oh yes, this is not my first time.
There is, you have to take them 2 off at a time.
Okay.
You do have to take these off particularly, but this guy over here is just like, I'm gonna take this bolt off. Who was that?
That was me.
Oh, how did I?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going around the edges. I'm just told what to zip off.
Well, we didn't really break much so far, so...
No, we really...
I call that a win. We got a couple bolts that were kind of sketchy, but...
And we have those...
The cam bolts came off without the proper tools. That's pretty big. That's a big job.
Yeah, but I mean, we're down to just the long block pretty much right now. I mean, it is.
Yeah, no, it is. It's 100% just a long block. We have nothing else on. We even put
So
the
to go from it actually being in here, and now
This is an evening. We started at 5.
it's
11.
like 11. Yeah, I mean,
That's not bad for never being taken apart, kind of.
yeah,
I haven't done this
in like a year or two.
Yeah, a little longer than that.
Well, we're just gonna keep at it. I mean,
We're gonna get the heads off, maybe get them apart. We might clean up first. We'll see.
I mean, honestly, if we just get the cams, I mean, do you think?
The heads are coming off.
Yeah, oh, I know, but don't we gonna have to set them somewhere?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe we should clean up now and then take the cams out.
All right, we'll clean up.
Because I mean, like.
Well, no, we need to make horizontal space for the head.
Yeah.
We need to work on them to get the valves out and everything.
Yeah. I mean, can you believe all this was like.
Nice and compact.
Oh my god, dude! I'm like. So like, oh my god, my face is so dirty.
You can rub on your face with your...
Yeah, like, oh man, why is there stuff on my face? But like, honestly, it's such a cool learning experience. I like looking at this, honestly, I couldn't put it back together. So, you know, I guess I'm failing the class. Honestly, it's really, really cool, and I'm learning a lot. And you know, everything you hear, like, I know it's stupid, but like your camshaft, your just all this stuff, you see it, and you put the...
It makes more sense when you see it.
Yeah, and everything, it's just, you have an appreciation for it. Like, I know it's just, like, people beat the shit out of their cars, but it's like these motors take it, and seeing everything that works together and continues to work, it's just really neat. I don't know. I've always had an appreciation, but it just adds to it, you know? But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead, clean up, which is really boring, and organize a little better. I mean...
And then finish taking this apart.
Yeah, which I will probably try to time lapse, and then that way...
Reassembly will probably be more fun.
Yeah.
We'll probably take more time with that. We'll be working with clean components.
Rather than...
The only boring stuff is going to be like drilling out those 2 studs in the top.
Oh, yeah. Which...
Well, they're studs now. They were bolts.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, yeah, they're just chilling. These guys right here are literally the only two things to break.
I had a bad feeling about them because these were covered in oil
And these
from
were
a
not.
leak. I'm like, oh, well, they're not going to rust because they've been covered in oil for
And
the
these
past.
ones,
They were dry.
damn
and
you,
rusty
Subaru,
looking.
for not leaking. Yeah, you took a little bit off, but
It was just too tall.
yeah, we're gonna have to
We just-
chop that and then
Yeah, we're going to chop it with a Dremel probably, and
Yeah.
then drill it, and then tap it for whatever. I think I might even have a tap we can use.
I mean, I have my entire tap set over
Yeah.
there, so. But I mean, to literally get it from all of this to this,
We made a really good time.
and without really breaking anything.
Yeah, and I was feeling a little bit noobish, so
Yeah.
we figured it out.
Well, you got a noob right here, so that's cool. Whoa.
new timing belt.
It is Gucci.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's ripped.
Versace belt.
You like that? It's
Yeah,
good.
bro. But we made some pretty serious cleanup progress here. So literally everything's like reorganized over here in like this corner of just stuff. Shout out Grant, Taco Bell. Yeah. But yeah, it's super cleaned up. But now we're just gonna focus on holster.
He's got that back on me. Ooh, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, it's getting late.
We're feeling it.
So we're gonna go ahead and take out the cams then.
Yeah, we're gonna pop the cams off and pull the head.
Sick.
It's not that creative from here. They're in pretty good shape, actually. Not really any scoring or anything, so you probably weren't like, ran out of oil for a minute or two there, so.
Well,
that's a good sign, that's a great sign.
I'm glad that's what we're finding. We're not.
Yeah. Internal engine health is good, and then these just gently lift up. Make sure they come straight up and not at an angle, or hit this cam seal, which is garbage.
Which we bought.
Yeah, we bought those.
Just super slow while we're
Yeah.
recording. Okay. It should be at like 1.0.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can see how the head studs would make sense in this situation.
Yep.
Now, I watched the video. Some are black coated on the top
That doesn't really matter.
because it said like the middle ones are torqued to a higher spec, and these bolts are actually different.
They're all the same.
Okay,
All the
maybe.
same
Well, I
part
was
number.
watching an NA video.
That might be a little bit different, but
Okay, so we'll go set these down, and then the head should lift off, right?
yep, they're probably just sitting on there now. There shouldn't be any tension.
Okay, so
Want to switch off? Or do you want to do
you
it?
just want me to lift it?
If you want to go for it, go ahead. Kind of give it a little wiggle. Might have to tap up on this side here. Get up. It's coming.
Is it?
Yep. Yep, you got it. Keep going. Wiggle it back and forth. Yep, there it comes. Yeah, make sure it's gentle. Make sure it doesn't hit too hard. There you are.
Oh, there's our culprit, I think.
we'll inspect the head gaskets to determine which one's the culprit.
We could set this down on the head gasket. 'cause it won't
Yeah,
hurt.
it doesn't matter, and we're getting them decked anyway, so.
But still be pretty gentle with them.
So, we do actually have some cylinder wear. The cross hatching is worn out. So you see there's like a cross hatching.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely worn out in these areas. It's usually pretty uniform all the way down. Let's get the crank pulled in and rotate it real quick so you can see the rest of it.
Can we do that with the heads on the other side?
Yeah, you know what? It's probably better we pull the other head out first.
Okay.
It doesn't, yeah. It shouldn't matter because all the valves are closed because the camshafts are out.
Right.
But, yeah. Spark plugs are still in, so compression will stop it from spinning easily.
Okay, because I've spun a block with you know, as a short
Yeah.
block.
It's actually a chip in the piston.
You can see it right there.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple chips in the edge of the piston.
That might be where my oil burning is, blow by.
No, it wouldn't be there.
Right, because the rings would stop it.
Yeah, but then again, that wear in the cylinder walls, the rings might be not making a very good seal. All right, let's switch sides.
Okay, sounds good.
I noticed it's at the bottom on both sides. This is the oil passageway down here. And usually when they blow, it blows through the bottom. Something to do with like stuff in the cylinder sitting, like gasoline sitting at the bottom of the cylinder from gravity, eats away
But
at
yeah,
it.
you can see right there.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, go to the one behind it.
Like flip it over.
Well, the second gasket.
Oops.
Like right there. How there's like nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing there at all.
Yeah. So I mean, even if they didn't completely go.
But yeah, like you can see both of them. There's nothing at the bottom
Yeah,
of both of them.
right here and right there.
Yeah, so it seems like the gasoline and the oil and everything will sit in the cylinder like when the car's off.
Yeah.
And it will kind of eat away at it. It's more popular on the NAs, but I guess it can still happen to the...
And I mean, even if they didn't like go, like really
Yeah.
they
It can
were
still see through. Yours wasn't that bad. Like
right, but
I
it was
understand.
it was enough to bring it to the attention of doing this. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, this is literally like we just have a short block. Like
These cylinder wear is... no, it's about the same. There's not really any cross hatching left. So we'll see. Let's get a...
we can put the crank bolt on and crank it
let's
over.
rotate it a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
There's coolant on this side though. You see this white?
Oh, so yeah. And right there.
Yep.
So it was definitely.
Oh, there's a chip right there. Actually, look at this.
Huh.
Look at all these little chunks.
What
like
is that?
impacting the...
I just watched a guy on YouTube. He has dents like that. What's it called?
There might be
Pitting.
Yeah, pitting. There might be some detonation.
Mm-hmm.
You might have had some knock going on.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's pitting all on this one too. These pistons are pretty rough actually. Let's flip it around, look at the other side. So, the cylinder walls on these are a little bit more worn than that side, but these pistons are in worse condition.
All right, so another day, and I guess another intro-ish thing, but it's all gonna be one video. Figured there's no point in making 2 videos or 3 videos just to get it down.
Video series, bro.
Yeah, bro, views. But honestly, I think I might just keep the disassembly to 1 video, so then the whole thing doesn't get ridiculously long. But we are completely down to the short block now. So if you guys have ever heard the term short block, this is what people are talking about. It's just this. It's really actually small. And our next step is we're gonna be pulling out these pistons. And then that's all we're gonna do for the block right now. Or unless, are we gonna hone when the pistons come in?
We're gonna do that over the assembly.
Okay, so yeah, literally just get the pistons out, and then after that, which that should take maybe 20 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and pull all the valves out, right?
Yeah, or this heads are getting stripped so we can send them off to get decked up Napa.
Okay, yeah. So if you guys didn't know, when you guys do a head gasket, or yeah, a head gasket, you go ahead and get the heads redecked. That way the material...
Mating surface is flat.
Right, so the mating surfaces are very flat and brand new essentially.
Yeah, there's a seal.
And then you don't leak again because that'd be pointless if you didn't. So that's pretty much what's on the agenda today. And once we get to that point, that's all we're gonna be able to do until the new pistons come in. There it is. Geez, good thing my hand was there.
Send it home, boys!
Cool. Yeah, dude, that wear right there.
I mean, like, that's sort of normal, but that's not good. It's starting to wear where the oil holes are at, and you can see the oil control ring flattening.
Yeah.
Right there, it's not...
All right, what are we doing now?
We are stripping the head down to just the casting.
Sick. Okay, so the camera actually ran out of memory, but this is pretty much a stripped head, right?
Except for like, that one wasn't screwed in.
That's probably why.
I'm surprised it didn't blow out the side of it. Oh, no, they're the same ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one wasn't screwed in over there.
Interesting. Well, we survived. But anyway, this is, yeah, I know, I'm a full big ball of stress. So this is almost a stripped head. All the valves and the springs are out, right?
Yeah.
This Company 23 tool is actually incredible. Learning how all this works, I almost didn't buy it, but it would have been literally impossible. But this is really, really cool to see all this stuff like completely stripped. And that's where like your spark plug pokes out, which I didn't even know, which I think is really cool. Just learning as I go, and what a process. Everything is completely bagged and organized. That way, when it all goes back together, it needs to go back together the same way it came out. So the orientation of the head is labeled by these numbers and orientation like this. So then the bags are also labeled to match up. So then that way we lay it all back out like this again when these come back from getting machined, and they go back the exact same way. So we're pretty much going to be doing this exact process on that head over there. There's absolutely no reason to film that because it's the same thing. So Andrew also pulled out the
valve guide seals.
So those are like $13, which I bought to replace. So yeah, it's a pretty good refresh, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the rings, all the seals. It's not going to burn any more oil, hopefully.
Yeah, that's also the other reason. Like,
oh no, hold on. Where's the pistons?
Oh yeah. So I mean, trust me, I could have just done head gaskets, like head gaskets and some of the other seals that it may have needed from just being taken apart. But these pistons are like really. Oh, is it this side? Yeah.
The oil galleys from the oil control ring, their oil control ring's flat in some spots.
So yeah, and I burn oil, and it was definitely something that was internal, obviously, because it's the piston rings. So essentially, yeah, we could have just done head gaskets for like 90 bucks, maybe 100 bucks, but you know, I bought the clutch, I bought, you know, new pistons, new stuff. It's why literally be looking at these parts and not do anything about them, because then if it fails a month down the road, 2 months down the road, 3 months down the road, and we're doing this again, we could have just prevented it. There's no point. I'm very happy with what we're finding. Well, yeah, I'm happy with what we're finding because I know I'm replacing it. I'd be very unhappy with finding this stuff if I wasn't replacing it. But since we are, it's actually really cool. And you know, you get to learn a lot and see how this stuff is done, and you really get a new understanding for everything that goes on in the engine. So like I said, we're gonna just go ahead and do this process here to that head over there, and then we're good.
We're good, we're golden.
Yeah. All right, remember this bolt right here that broke off? Well, both of them did. So with some vice grips, we somehow managed to get this guy out. And then the other one did break, but thanks to our little tap, these threads are actually looking, let it focus there, like brand new in there. And we're pretty proud of it.
Basically mechanics.
We're mechanics, you know, hit us up for, you know.
No, don't hit me up for this.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not doing this for you.
Never mind, never scratch that.
This is a one and done thing.
Yeah, really that was the only problem thing we ran into with this block. But as you guys can see, this thing is dirty as, like, I mean, it looks like it sat outside. Like, oh my God. So we're gonna clean it. And considering that the heads are going to be getting hot tanked, so they're gonna come back looking like brand new. You know, why bolt them up to a super gross, dirty block? And that would just be stupid. Definitely going to clean this off. I mean, we might run and grab some degreaser. Yeah. And then we could go do that. And
kind of relief. That's a relief, man. That's always like sketchy stuff. If you walk into the garage and you see me with the tap out, don't talk to me.
Yeah. Pure focus going on right there. Oh, that's not, yeah. But I mean, honestly, like this motor came apart actually really easily.
Yeah, like, we didn't really have any major issues. If that's the biggest problem, then
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
But no, it's definitely been really cool. But yeah, now it's just waiting for the pistons to come in and some other stuff. And we're actually gonna need to make a list of all the things that we kind of found out we needed as we went. I mean,
yeah, I feel like we should replace that seal that's broken.
Yeah, like this.
Small stuff like that.
We're pretty much just finding things as we go. I ordered as much as I could, but you don't want to order stuff you don't need. But considering we're gonna pick this up next weekend, we have the whole week to figure out what we need and what to order. So then next weekend, hopefully. It's a reassembly. So we moved the block out here because it's actually pretty nice out. And we're gonna pretty much, all this grime and crap, we're gonna use the degreaser.
So from my understanding, if I'm remembering right, the degreaser, they want the engine not to be hot, but just be warm. So we should probably let it sit in the sun for a couple minutes until like it warms up a little bit. I guess it helps it break down the grease and everything.
Makes sense. I mean, the heat feels really,
really
good.
It'll probably warm it up, and then we'll spray it down, and we can use the brake clean to like rinse it off.
Right.
And that will also pressure some of these shavings out.
Yeah.
I just want to be careful not to get any crap inside.
Well, we can stuff this with paper towels.
Yeah, I'll be fine. But
Cool.
I mean, it's not like the oil pan's on. It will all rinse through. So.
Right. Cool. Well, we'll let this warm up. Yeah, bro, send it. Oh, it's foam?
It's foam. Oh, you didn't know that? It's foam, dude. It's awesome.
So I had absolutely no idea this stuff was foam. That's actually kind of neat. So we're gonna go ahead and hit it with either some paper towels or a wire brush or something and try to get this thing really squeaky clean.